Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This week we're getting stuck into the hoop house, get that all finished. It's been a long hard slog, taken a lot longer than we anticipated, hence the second part coming to you now. Enjoy. So back on the hoop house rejuvenation, just pulling in a bit more sand to get it leveled before we put the weed fabric down and then cover it up with chippy stones. So after spending half an hour looking for my pipe cutter, we're now ready to tackle the leak in the hoop house. Now Mandy called me and told me about the leak that she had in the hoop house. So I told her to just close the stop valve and that would prevent the leak from carrying on. It's the stop valve in the hoop house that I told her to close. But she decided to go and close the stop valve out here, which made no difference to the leak in the hoop house. Before Mandy catches up to me, I'm going to have to fix this leak so that when she comes and fills soil here, there's no issues. First I need to uncover over here, it's wet, so I can get to the coupler. Take this pipe out and put a longer piece in. So I'll loosen this off. I also need to fix that join better. Okay, put that out the way for now. Okay, and I need to measure how long it needs to be. What happened is, as the hoop house sunk, the weight of the stones forced this pipe down, making the pipe between here and here too short, and it put stress on this connector here, and that's why it was leaking. 42.5, that should do it. 42.5. And these are the pipe cutters that we spent half an hour looking for. There we go. Perfect. Sometimes it's easier to just cut this side because they push off easier that way. And they come off this way a lot easier. There you go. I need to clean these before I get sand in the threads, so I'll be back. Okay, so the measurements are screwed up on, it's too short. I think 43.5 would be better. I'll cut another piece. Luckily I've got lots of offcuts of tubing. Okay, that looks better. Now the easiest way to do this is to loosen this off here because there's no overhang. I'll show you. So I'm going to take the opportunity to take that out and put some more PTF tape on it. Might as well while we're here. There we go. Let me do the same on this side. Right way around. Rub it in first. What the hell? I used the wrong piece. I must have. Yeah. Measure 15 times, cut once. Okay, so after several attempts, and I don't know how many pieces of pipe I cut too short, hopefully this is going to be the business. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Need the O-ring. It's early, so my brain's not working well. Some might say it doesn't work at all. place before we... Making sure we don't cross thread it. That should be fine. That sure took a lot longer than it needed to. Okay, so the pump's on. There's not that much pressure because it's still filling the holding tank. The reason that's leaking, I need to put an end cap on there. Those valves don't seal 100%, so I'll sort that out. That's not an issue. As long as it doesn't come pushing out of there, we're done. We'll give it some time to build up pressure and come back and check on it in a few minutes. Okay, sounds like we're getting pressure now. No leak. Good news. Still leaking, even though I put a hose clamp on. Maybe I didn't tighten it enough. Have to do some more work. Hopefully that's the last load of sand we need, but I suspect we'll probably need one more. Almost ready to start putting the weed fabric down. And then we can empty some buckets so we can cut some grass. Back for another load of sand. My back's screwed from spending 2 weeks in the car, so I can't do any heavy lifting. Convenient, some of you might say, but it's the truth. Oops. I switched the wrong valve on. I switched on hoop house spray, which isn't plumbed in, instead of hoop house drip. Looks like we've got a slight leak there. I'm going to hit it with the pump pliers quickly, see if I can tighten that up. Almost there with the sand. One more load, I think, and then we should be done with sand. Then it's on to the fun part of stretching and stapling weed fabric to put the chippy stones on. Okay, I think that's it for the sand. Next job, weed fabric, then chuggies. That's it for today. We've had enough. So I guess the only way to get this done is to just get started.
Where's your knee pad?
It's not sand soft. It's not too bad. So if I start on the center, because it's got grooves, I can keep it level. So if we start on that one there, I think that'll do. Okay, so I've stapled the weed fabric all along the center box. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck it up tight against the wood and then put stones down to hold it in place before we staple the other side. Because Mandy's in a hurry. Once we've done it all the way along, we'll then unfold it so that we can staple it to this, making sure there's no gap between the wheat cloth and the sand underneath, otherwise the stones are going to try and rip it off the wood where we staple it. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so the theory is we've now tucked that wheat cloth tight up against the wood so there's no pockets underneath the wheat cloth and the sand. That should hold it in place, and then we're going to fold the wheat cloth and double it over the top rather than underneath. It'll make it easier to work with. Okay.
Should be up to that line.
No, we need to fold it over. But now we want to try and get it so that it's the same height, I'm guessing. I think we're just going to have to work it from side to side and just be done with it, babe. Yeah. So that's the plan. Taking shape slowly. I bring more stones in once I put the wheat fabric down, and I ordered the wrong size wheat fabric, so I'm going to have to go get more to do that side. Idiot. Mandy's complaining the stones are dirty. I said we can just wash them with a hose, and once they're all in place it should wash the sand off.
If they don't, I'll be taking them out and replacing them.
Otherwise you're taking them out and replacing them, are you? You can have fun. So I went to get some more wheat cloth and picked up some seedlings for Mandy to start planting in the hoop house. So today I'm going to get back onto the wheat fabric, get it all covered up, ready to chuck all the chuggies back in. Thank goodness for the shade cloth in here, otherwise it would be 45 degrees. Must be about 35 in here. Okay, so that side's ready for stones. Just need to clear all the crap out of here, put wheat cloth down here, and we can do stones everywhere. Mandy's finished filling the centre bed. I'm pretty confident it's going to sink once we water, but once it sinks we'll put another layer over to cover up the pipes, like that bed over there. And I'm still busy with stones and wheat fabric just cleaned up over here, ready to put this piece in now. The buckets have been holding water, but it should all drain through the wheat fabric. We'll just rake those all out, get them level. Oh, okay, that's it for today. Got quite a bit done. Just got to finish the wheat fabric over there by the door and then drag in all the chuggies. Mandy's cracking on. She wants to get this bed finished so she can plant out the rest of the lettuce seedlings I brought home yesterday. That's where we have a leak. You can see the wet patch. Back onto moving chuggies into the hoop house now. I don't know how many times I've said it, but we're on the homeward stretch. Just taking some of the stones out of the buckets so we can lighten them up so the old woman and I can carry them into the hoop house. It's time consuming. For the avoidance of doubt, that clip was sped up. Oh, that's not too bad. Oh. There's another one. This one's already broken, so don't blame me. See? Let's see if I'm wasting my time. Yeah, no. We'll carry on emptying. So I've just been dumping the small buckets of stones up the pathway. I'm going to have to start raking this out to see where else I need to add more stone. Mandy's in my way as usual. Planting out the last of the lettuce seedlings. Oh, where are we going to plant the rest, babe? Going to get in trouble if I put stones on Mandy's bed. Or should I say I've already been in trouble? No, well, I don't know why you're doing it on your own, you arsehole. Last one. Whew. Done. That's it, done. Hoop house fixed. So we're back on the hoop house today just to do the finishing touches. Replace this one pipe that's got a leak. Try and sort out this leak down here. Get some new hose clamps on it. And then a final tidy up and the hoop house is done. So Mandy's just washing the stones down. Yeah, you can see the difference where she's washed and where she hasn't. So once they dry, they'll look good. She's just done a hand water. Not finished yet, only the one half. I've fixed the leak on the irrigation so we can use the drippers again in here. Well, that's it, everybody. It was a long, hard slog. Everything takes twice as long as we anticipated taking, hey? Mandy thought we'd be done in a couple of days. So that's the hoop house back in commission. Hopefully we don't have to do any more repairs and we can just concentrate on growing. Correct.
The only thing left to do here is the windows.
Okay, see, it never ends. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Ciao.
Ciao.